Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and here is one splishy, splashy XRP whale getting aquatic AF. Look at this headline from You Today. XRP alert. 16 million XRP bought by single whale on major Korean exchange. Now, I will tell you, a lot of the times when I see these types of stories, the numbers are actually much bigger than this. It could be like a 50 million XRP, 100 million XRP, flippity floppity 11 billion XRP, just some crazy huge amount. And almost every time I see that, I'm like, well, do I even need to click on the article? Because the vast majority of the time when you see a story like that, you actually come to find, well, okay, even if we don't know for sure what the purpose was behind this transaction or who the buyer was, maybe we have a pretty good reason to speculate, though. It's almost always an exchange. And you can see the to and from addresses, and you can, if you do a little bit of homework, you can figure out, okay, is this one owned by a major exchange? And invariably, the answer is yes. Now, in the case of this transaction, which admittedly is subjectively, I'll just state for me, this is a massive transaction. 16 million XRP. It's not necessarily big enough that you'd expect it to be from an exchange, and I do not believe it is. In fact, the behavior that we're seeing here leads me to believe that this is somebody who perhaps is engaging in a little bit of arbitrage, but is holding a ton of XRP. And so it's just so fascinating to just kind of even speculate about what the motive is behind this, because for an individual, and maybe it's an organization, it in theory it could be, but it could actually just be an individual. Either way, I don't think it's an exchange. I don't think that's most probable. But to be engaging in this type of purchase, a 16 million XRP purchase, when there's the toxic Bitcoin maxi trolls, hey, XRP is going to zero, it's not going to do well, you're wasting your money buying XRP. Well, I'll tell you what, there's some rich mofo right here who absolutely disagrees with you. All right, so there's the typical sentiment from the lemming retail speculators, but then there's the big money here, and I do find that the big money is more frequently than not the smart money, because if they weren't the smart money, they wouldn't have that much money. So more frequently than not, that's the case. And I just wanted to point out before getting into some of the specifics, because it's just kind of fascinating, and I dug into it just a little bit. Just saying, here's an anecdotal incident of a whale who is not afraid to put a massive amount of money on the line investing in XRP. So take it for what it's worth. Digging into the article here. According to on-chain data, a substantial amount of 16 million XRP has been transferred from Upbit, one of South Korea's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, to an unknown wallet. The movement of a large amount of XRP from Upbit to an unknown wallet has led to speculation within the cryptocurrency community about the possibility of a whale buying XRP. The transfer was detected and reported by Whale Alert, a service that tracks large cryptocurrency transactions. And so that's what's on your screen right here. And this is automated, so I see these things all the time. And when I see these stories, almost all the time I ignore them. But the size of this was kind of curious to me, so it's like, I'll click on that. I'll click on that. And I'll take the bait here. What's going on with this one? But if they're too big, if it's like a billion XRP or something stupid, I'm just like, I'm not clicking on that. That's dumb. Like, that's going to be an exchange. But I clicked on this one because, like, what's going on here? And so you can see 16 million XRP worth, at the time of the transfer, a little over 10 million United States dollars, transferred from Upbit to an unknown wallet. And that took place on March 29th. Piece continues. In a similar move, another massive transaction of 18 million XRP was moved from Upbit to an unknown wallet. Whale Alert reports that 18 million XRP worth $11.2 million transferred from Upbit to unknown wallet. Let's just focus on the first one, though. So I did go ahead and hop in here, because if you click on this, here it'll load. And I'm sure a lot of you are aware of this, but you can just click on here. You can do your own little investigation. It's not difficult. I click on here. It takes you to BitHomp, and it pulls up the actual account. You can go see, here's the source account. Here's the destination account. And so here's the actual destination account right here. This is the one that received 16 million XRP. And so when I clicked on that, I was looking at this thing, and I was like, wait a minute. This is the receiving address? It's only got 967,219 XRP. I was like, Uh, did they just buy 16 million XRP and then sell about 15 million XRP? Like, where's it go? Because I started scrolling through this and I was like, wait a minute, these are going to other exchanges, Binance and Bybit and BitGet. So there are multiple exchanges, OKX. And so I started scrolling through, but then I noticed, wait a minute, these are not very big transactions. Here's one for like about 2,300 XRP, 151 XRP. So I started thinking there are so many transactions here, and they're so consistent. It's like minute after minute, there are multiple transactions. This has got to be a bot, obviously. So I'm curious. I'm like, okay, well, what's this splashy XRP whale up to getting aquatic AF? What you doing on my blockchain? Blockchain. What you doing on my blockchain? Bitch. And so I was curious. So I scrolled down. Scroll, and you can see here. I'll just cut to the chase here. You can see the part where there are massive transactions. I think we're almost at them here. Yeah. So look at these. You can see it's transaction after transaction after transaction of 250,000 XRP. So they were breaking it up into pieces. Didn't want to get it too big just in case you fat fingered it. So we'll just do 250,000 XRP. Nothing big though, right? Can you imagine that? But anyway, though. So transferring a bunch of 250,000 XRPs to a bunch of different addresses. And so they got it down to what it looks to me, and I didn't check literally every single one because there's no point, but I saw a pattern here, and eventually I just recognized that this is a whale who isn't trying to just dump all of them on the market right away, and it seems pretty clear they're using a bot. But each of these accounts, and so I think it's broken up into, I'm guessing probably about 16 different accounts, is I think basically 1 million XRP was sent to each account. And a little bit has been sold since. Like you can see, here's one of the additional accounts. So this account is 964,831 XRP. It received that XRP from the account that it had the 16 million XRP. So it's all owned by the same person. They're all activated on the same date, September 20th, 2023. So they had a bunch of individual accounts, probably just spreading out the risk, which makes sense from a security perspective, just in case. Everybody always worries about getting hacked, and things happen. And so that's what that one is. There's another one here, just for example, 961,450 XRP remaining in this account. And so there's just random bits. So what I'm guessing is that this bot is basically just engaging in arbitrage, and based on whatever its sell price is, whatever it can unload without doing something crazy to the market, it's doing it. And not that necessarily 16 million XRP, even if dumped on the market all at once, would particularly do that much, especially if immediately, because if you purchase 16 million XRP, you sell 16 million XRP, like you get it basically more or less a net zero effect. So it wouldn't matter particularly anyway. But it's just kind of interesting to see that this is what they're doing. So I'm assuming that in this particular case, which is why it's just kind of fun to dig into this, because I don't normally do this, but I just got a bit curious, so I thought I'd share it with you. But it looks to me like this is somebody with an enormous amount of money. Wouldn't be surprised to find out that they hold an absurd amount of other cryptocurrencies. And maybe it's just one individual, I don't know for sure. But it's somebody who is smart and confident enough to hold an absurdly large amount of XRP. And they're just selling little dribs and drabs here and there. That's pretty much it. So all that to say, if the smart money was concerned about holding this much XRP, the day that happens, that's the day maybe we should be concerned. That would make me concerned. So frankly, what would be an indicator that we actually should be worried is if Moon Lambo's worried, okay, then pay attention, because I do not get emotional about my investments here. Well, specifically in terms of, when price is going down, I'm not getting afraid. If anything, I'll get excited. I'll experience the excitement emotion as the price goes up, and that's all well and good. But if you ever see me screaming that the sky is falling, pay attention, because it probably is. I've been in this over 6 years, never sold a single XRP in my entire life, but I intend to sell a boatload, but not out of panic, at a point when we're actually in profit here. And I still firmly believe that what's most probable here, though nobody can know what happens with XRP price for sure, all-time high, we're in a bull market here, and entering price discovery. That's when I'll do it here. But in the meantime, you have all sorts of whales doing their own things. And in this case, looks like there's some bot activity just trying to eke out little profits. So probably doing this with a bunch of different cryptocurrencies. But again, massive money here and not afraid to hold XRP. I know it's anecdotal incident here, but it's kind of fun to look at that stuff here. Which means that we're not the only idiots that think that it makes sense to hold XRP. And a lot of you listening, even if you don't have 16 million XRP, as pretty much nobody does, a lot of you listening hold what you subjectively would say is a lot of XRP to you. So that's still real risk. And I would say that for myself too. Last I checked the other day, my total crypto holdings, if you look at what account XRP amounts to, XRP accounts to just over 24% of my total crypto holdings. And I have no fear. If I didn't have that exposure, then I'd have a hard time sleeping at night because I believe the thing ultimately runs, period. But I also feel comfortable because I have broad exposure to the entire asset class. So we'll see what happens, but this is such an exciting time to be in crypto. And it's neat to kind of report on one of these whale alerts where it's not just an exchange stocking up, basically. This is an actual, it could just be an individual doing actual stuff here, which is neat. That's not usually the case from what I see. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.